Good morning. So you all read the community post I put up yesterday last night. If it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be around. There's no other way to put it. That's just straight up blunt honesty. You know, the one thing when I was thinking about this morning, yeah, I'm working for peak pay was too, I couldn't resist. One thing I was thinking about this morning and I thought about it last night too. As we all know, I've had prostate cancer. Please, I put the certificate they gave me up somewhere in a community post. I just scrolled down a million years. But of all things I've gone through in my life, that's one thing, believe it or not, I really don't think about that much. I make jokes about the Lupron shot because I think it's funny. I really do. I go back in a couple of months, back in March, to go get shot up again with it. I don't care. I'll tell you a little secret that very few people know. I never thought I was going to live to be 21 years old. Now, truth be told, and I thought about this morning, whether I want to share that or not, and I was like, if you do, how you going to do it? Because you keep telling everybody you're 25. So that was like 4 years ago. When in reality, truth be told, it was decades ago. But we'll stick with the 4 years. I mean, I can remember I can tell you what it looked like outside when I was hit by that car. When I was mugged by 11 people at Norristown Mall, right in front of Caldors. I can tell you exactly what was going on then, too. I can also tell you my father didn't believe it was me. I told my mom, it's not our Matt. No, Dad, how many Matts work at Caldors? My point is, we've all got a testimony. And at the same time, you can either sit there and dwell on everything that's happened and be negative about it, which honestly I can't figure out why anybody would. Or you just use it for a positive. That's like with a traumatic brain injury. It took me years and years and years to get to the point where I'm at now. And I finally got to the point, for a long time, it's like, you can either let the TBI deal with you or you deal with it. Well, I just turned it over to God and let him deal with it. So much simpler. I mean, I'm not going to lie, there's days where that bothers me. Because I've got most of my life, it's like a block of Swiss cheese. I don't remember it. But I also know you ain't going to be getting depressed about it. It don't change anything. It's all how God wants it. Look at it this way, if everything we all go through, if we turn it over to God and open our mouths and talk about it to somebody, who's to say that's not going to bring them around to Jesus? I mean, I look at Montana. I started doing his good morning text from him. You'd have to ask him because I don't remember the first time he was in Bahrain. It's been years. And he ended up accepting Jesus. His wife beat him to the punch, but hey. This morning's text, I literally had to pray to God. It's like, Lord, I don't even know how to do this one. Because I really had no clue. So as far as I'm concerned, God runs all of it. He knows all the answers. I'm not going to get into the details, but somebody made a comment this morning. Well, I looked at it this morning, I should say. That they have a family member that's negative and narcissist. Well, when I read that, I thought of Jesse Duplantis. He's a TV evangelist. He's funny, then. Funny. And his mom, he was back, he's just got to be in his 70s, I think. But back in the day, he was in the rock group and all this garbage, and all kinds of drugs and everything else, and his mother kept praying for him. Well, we see who won that one. It wasn't him. And I was talking to somebody over the weekend, and they made a comment, there's a lot of politics in churches. There is. I can remember back in the 70s, it was the summertime, my dad went to church, but his jeans had more patches on them than looked like a patch quilt almost. And there was an elderly person, we called him Papa Lundin. I think he was Swedish if I remember right, somewhere in that general ballpark of the country, who got mad at my father. I remember my dad looked at him straight up and said, do you really think Jesus cares what I wear? I remember Papa Lundin had no comeback at all. So it's not, we all have testimonies we can use. And I personally think everybody should do it. You guys have brought me, I don't even know how to do this right, out of my shell. I mean, when I started doing this morning text, I was so far out of my comfort zone it wasn't even funny. And now I'm like I said yesterday, this ain't stopping. As long as God keeps giving me the words, it's going to keep going on. Because I can't do those good morning texts and all this without him. Nope, zero chance of that happening. And I don't even want to try without him. Because if I know he comes up with words, I know it's what he wants done. So, but I guess in a weird way, the whole point of this whole video, if you're watching this far, which I hope you are, is use what you've gone through, give it to God, and then talk about it, because you really can't tell. You could end up bringing somebody up into salvation. I mean, you stop thinking about it, it's literally the truth. I mean, there's gonna be days I'm not gonna lie, but we all have a temper. So rest assured you're gonna get angry. You're gonna get mad. God knows that. Please, my favorite apostle had a temper. Peter. And look what he did in the Garden of Gethsemane. Slice a dude's ear off. So, and if us doing what we're doing on this channel helps somebody stumble across and brings them to Jesus, then we've accomplished an awesome job. And God gets the glory for it. So, any point in the storm, it looks like it's going to rain again. Y'all have a great day. And God bless. Oh, there's one thing I want to share with you guys. When I grew up, we had some neighbors, Dave and Claire. And yeah, that was their names. Claire was like our adopted mom. And Dave and Claire got divorced. I don't even know when. And when my mother was sick, which took 6 years, Claire, somehow or her and Claire got in touch with each other after years. I don't even know how. And Claire had met a guy, I call him Pops, who spent more years in prison than out. And when I say that, I'll tell you right now, Norwich Police Department had a running bet the last time he got out. They said he'd be back in 2 years. And that's been 25, 30 years ago. And he's slow. This is a guy that he did decades in prison, 10 of which he'll openly admit, out of all the time he did in prison, he deserved it, except for 10. 10 he was set up. But that's a man who turned his life around and turned it over to God. I mean, I look at one of my older brothers. He's about as thick skull as you can get. And God's got him straightened out. Now he's got to work on the other one. Because the other one, well, we won't even go there. But the point is, with God, everything's possible. God can ordain things that mankind, like looking like the. So, in everything you do, pray about it and give it over to God. And on that note, I'm going to close this. I didn't mean to have this video go this long. Hopefully you watched it. Well, this is just going to be interesting. Look at Taco Bell getting their food delivery. I'm just supposed to see I'm just watching to see how he's going to do this. Because I know how he's got to do it. He's got to pull out and line up, go up on the far side of the car. I don't know if you can see the curb or not. Think he needs that much room? Oh my good gravy boat. And he's got his... One of these days I'll teach y'all some things, tricks about trucking. At any rate, I'll catch you on the flip-flop. Bye.